Four. All right. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of AD Uncensored. Again, I have my special guest, Ashley Richards. You see her on the screen. She couldn't be in the studio with us. And then I have another very, very, very special guest.
Yay.
I mean, she's done a lot of things in the community. Shoot, doing things with kids, working with kids. Shoot, adults too, because we got a lot to talk about. But anyways, this is my good friend Charlie. Woo! We don't add that in.
Yay.
We don't have, no. I really appreciate you for coming on with me. I've been reaching out to you
I
trying to get you to
know.
come in, but she is busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
Ashley, when I say busy, I mean busy. Like
That's
schedule.
good though,
Oh
girl.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a good thing. She
Booked and busy. It's
booked
nothing.
and busy. If she's not
Literally.
doing swim lessons, shoot. When do you find time to work? Shoot, she does everything, doing stuff with kids in the community, doing her own events. Like, I mean, this girl is everywhere. No, so just introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Charlie Dobson, and I would consider myself a business owner here in the city of Flint. I was
Okay.
born and raised here. I went to Flint Southwestern Academy.
Whoa.
Woo.
Go night. Nikki, don't make that face. What school did you go to? No, should have been a night. Look,
Yeah.
Northern. We should have known we were gonna have a couple haters in here, huh?
It's all right. It's all right. They already know.
But you went to Flint Southwestern. So your business.
So yeah, so I have a couple.
I was gonna say, which one should we get into first?
We could get into the swimming
Okay.
one.
So
I feel like I feel
yeah.
like lately that's the one I've been known for the most.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm up here with the hair thing because I know
So
you have
so it seemed like I don't know. I feel like I'm known for doing
for
hair.
for
A little bit
hair,
of everything.
swimming,
Yeah.
listen, these crazy, like amazing
Listen.
events, just everything. I guess you are known for a lot. All right.
Yeah.
So listen, with the swimming, what made you want to do that? Or what made you get into like, I'm gonna
So honestly, how that business started, it was honest. I'll say with all my businesses, it was always a God thing.
Okay.
I never looked to going into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I always tell people I stumbled into it type thing. And so how swimming came about, I had got back into swimming in 2017 for cross training for my running. So it had nothing.
Right. I was gonna say for track, right?
For track.
Okay.
So like I've always used swimming for track for cross training.
Mhm.
And so that was something I was doing. And I wasn't looking for nothing, like not looking to teaching or nothing like that. But a couple of months into my practices, I started having these visions while I'll be swimming and like doing my workout, and I could literally see myself with kids surrounded by me. And so I'm just like, Lord, what is this?
Yeah. So it was like he guided you into that. But I mean,
Literally.
it was obviously a calling. He showed you where you needed to be.
Like it was, and it would be like the visions would be so strong to where it'd be like, Lord, like, are you trying to tell me I'm about to start teaching again? Because I hadn't really taught since I was in college. Like I went to MSU, and so during my during the summer, I always found myself teaching people.
Okay. So you did have a little background on teaching for swimming.
So I have been teaching since I was 13. I started when I was 13.
So who was because you were from here. So who was your swim teacher? Because mine, I was just going to say, mine was Miss James.
Yeah,
I have pictures.
Yep.
Me at Northwestern. The thing is, I have a picture of me at Northwestern. Sean, her son, was in the pool, like telling me to come on. You have Miss James out there, and it looks like her and my mom were pushing me off the diving board, and I'm in there like this, like, oh no. But no, I remember that because it was like that was one of my first times off the diving board in her class. Yes, and then it was always going around. I guess now that I'm older, I see it was a step that she would flip, and we would go floating around in there. So those are like my memories of being in class with Miss James. So yeah, Miss James.
Man, yeah. So she got me started teaching when I was 13. I was her teacher's assistant for a couple of years, and then after that, she just allowed me to start teaching beginners and the adult classes then. And then, once I graduated, I stopped, but it always seemed to follow me.
Yeah.
Because when people saw me swimming at MSU, it always became a thing like, oh, can you teach me? So
I was gonna say, so did you do anything with the swim team at you look
no.
no.
So I ended up running track at MSU.
Okay.
And
well, that probably took all of your
so
of
I
course.
still like I did try to look into it. But the way that they had their program set up, it was like really strict and really tight at the time. So I didn't even bother to even try to
do
out
that.
or anything like that.
It
So
probably would definitely be beneficial for that team.
listen, and so I just would just do swimming for cross training. And so I always every year I always found myself teaching in the summer, just making extra money. And so
well, teaching around here, the thing is there's not a lot of public pools.
Yeah.
So like how do you feel about, and then this being a Black community, and, these we don't have anywhere for kids to go. You don't Northwestern, you can't go there anymore.
Yeah.
Central did have a pool, but Central is closed now. I guess the Southwestern still use their pool.
No.
No.
So none of the pools that were open back then when we were growing up there aren't open now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
where
the
do
only
they expect?
places that are open are the Y's and Kettering. So that's one of the locations I have my classes
at Kettering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, I didn't even realize that every school around here didn't have their pool open. I mean, of course the schools that were closed, but I thought Southwestern would at least utilize it. So it's just empty now.
It's not. I think they have to. It's like a maintenance repair, so they will have to repair the pool.
Okay. Well, that can be costly. Okay, so when I saw a post not too long ago where it said something about Blacks don't know how to swim. Actually, I think you reposted it and said I do or something like that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about when you hear or see things like that?
I tend to have mixed feelings about it. Only because it's as though I feel like swimming is treated as one of those skills as though we're not supposed to be able to do it. Like you're human. It's kind of like one of those things like it's a norm, like everybody. So my slogan for swimming is for everyone.
Okay.
Like it is it's something that everyone should be able to do.
Yes. No, I definitely agree.
I feel as though sometimes people try to use the history of swimming, of the relationship with Black people in the water and swimming as an excuse as to why they can't do it now. And it just seems like we're past that.
Yeah. When I hear
if you're intentional about putting your kids in basketball, if you're intentional about them putting them in football, soccer, all the dry land sports, you can put them in swimming.
Yeah.
The same energy you put into those sports, you could put into the water.
And so, I mean, shoot, make sure your kids are safe. They go out on a boat. I mean, you're playing around. A lot of people go to the beach. They go to the lake. So just having like that basic knowledge of how to be in a body of water. I mean, because whenever I go to the lake, I'm a fish out there. Okay, like you really can't stop me. Like I said, Miss James, I'll never forget. It was summertime. I was up there playing basketball. She was like, come be a lifeguard. Come be a lifeguard. And I'm like, heck no, I'm not putting anybody's life in my hand.
Listen.
Like, no. But it was like, but that's how I was. Like, I actually really like swimming. We had a pool. My aunt had a pool. We dive into the bottom trying to get stuff. So it was like, that was a big thing in our family was swimming. So when it wasn't normal until I like started venturing out and having friends where it was like, oh, you don't know how to swim? Like, no, I don't swim. I'm Black. Like, what does that mean? I've never heard anything like that. Because even coming around here, I like going kayaking. So a lot of people are like, oh, Now,
She
not
learned
not
it.
just I haven't been in. Flint. I haven't been in. Flint. I go in Detroit, but
Okay.
now I went my very first kayaking experience. It was in the Detroit River, and I got caught
Really?
in like kind of like a current. Well,
Current?
I was real close to the water, and when you're on a kayak, you can't. It's nothing that you can do. Nobody can come help you unless they're gonna literally take you off there. But they have to be in another boat. We're all on
Right.
kayaks. It wasn't like I could get into his kayak or anything. So he had to talk me out of that. But on top of him talking me out of that, I stayed calm because I knew how to swim. Now,
In
I
case
don't think
something
I can
happened.
I don't think I can take on a current at all. But
Yeah.
if something happened, I wouldn't panic. The first thing
You
I
knew what
wouldn't
to
do was
do.
panic. I'd be
Yeah.
okay, calm. I'm in the water and I know what to do. But like other people are like, I don't know how to swim. And I'm like, well, this water is low enough for you to, it's knee level. So you'll be
Right.
good. So don't worry about it. Even if you fall
Right.
over, you can stand straight up. But that's the biggest thing that I come to. And they're always like, oh, you like that white people stuff. And I'm like, that's not
No.
white. We should all be able to swim like little guppies around here. What do you
Listen, it's a life. Even if you're not looking at swimming as a sport, it is a life skill.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
It's a life skill like everybody should know, because you're gonna go to the beach. Your kids are gonna see a pool, want to get in the water,
And if you can't
and
save
if
them,
you can't save them, I always tell parents. I always try to encourage all my parents, like, if you don't know how to swim, like, learn how to swim, especially if you're being intentional about your child learning how to swim.
yeah,
Because your skill level can serve as a layer of protection for your child, especially if they're very young and their skills are still developing. Because the last thing you want to be is in a position where your child is drowning and you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I came across an article a couple of months ago, and it was talking about a lady. So it was an incident at a home where two kids were drowning. Pretty much three people ended up drowning. It was an older lady and two kids. And so they assumed that the lady probably tried to
help
save
them
and end up
couldn't.
dying in the process.
See why, and that's why
And
it is very important.
it's very important.
Basic, a couple swim
It's
lessons, and you would have been able to.
Like, as long as even if you're not trying to be a competitive swimmer, at least learn the basic skills, like how to front float, how to back float, how to tread water. At least learn how to do freestyle backstroke, elementary backstroke, breaststroke, like those skills.
Yeah, the basics.
The basics. I consider those the basics.
Okay. Well, what age group do you start with your lessons?
So I start at 6 months.
6 months. Wow. I told my mom she probably starts at like 2 years old. I mean, but 6 months.
6
You
months.
say put them in the water.
Yeah, get them acclimated, even at their age. Is water exploration.
Okay.
Granted, there are some kids, that are more that you can push a little bit more if they're comfortable. I have a couple of students that were under 1 years old, and we're already like passing them back and forth in the water.
Oh wow.
Having working on them to get to floating by themselves.
Okay.
And,
so
that's and stuff.
So. I thought maybe 2 years old, because I'm at the dentist office. They say we don't want to see a kid till they're about 2.5, 3 years old. He said no, put them in the water.
Listen, and especially like at that, I say closer to 1. Because it's a lot of imitation, because they're doing what they're going to do what you're doing.
Okay.
And so
I get it. I get it. So how if people want to sign their kid up, how do they go about this?
So they can contact me. My number is 810-288-6884. Most times when I am announcing classes, I tend to do it online.
Okay.
On my business page, which is We Swim Aquatics.
Okay.
And
Swim Aquatics.
We Swim Aquatics.
We Swim Aquatics.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And then
you don't have to put that in there.
Or they can contact me. Or they can just reach out to me personally on my personal page. It's Charlie B. Dobson.
Okay.
They could do either or.
Okay. And then you said that you do the classes at Kettering?
Yep. So I do classes at 2 locations. So I do Genesis Athletics Club. That's where I originally started my classes. And then I also do them at Kettering University. So the classes at Kettering University tend to go according to the schedule
that they have.
So they're not as continuous as the classes at Genesis.
Okay.
So but the Genesis classes are all year round.
Okay.
But
So
so
that
then
is how you can get your child or someone's child that you know set up for swimming classes because that is something that we need.
So
But
is it based on the location's membership? Like, you know how they have to have memberships and stuff?
so
That's
nope, they don't need a membership for either locations. You would just sign up for my classes and you just come.
okay,
okay.
pretty dope. That is dope. Okay, okay.
It
So speaking of swimming, I
Yeah.
saw that you did the Mickey. I was showing you. Listen, I showed some of your pics off last. I did. I had it on my show because I had to tell people who I was bringing. But you did the Little Mermaid
Yeah.
oh,
photo shoot, and I showed those on that, like the one of you swimming, meeting the little kids, and how they were
Yeah.
amazed. Like, so wait, what inspired you to do that? Shoot. Like, I mean, did you know the Little Mermaid was about to drop then, or like what was
So,
going on?
okay, so I had always wanted to do a Disney princess photo shoot series.
oh,
Like since 2017. Like the Lord gave me an idea, like gave me different like shoot ideas, like how to style them, like what hairstyles and stuff to look. And for at that point in time, I knew I wanted to do the Little Mermaid
Okay.
simply because I knew I could swim. And when I
Yeah.
saw the way people did like mermaid shoots,
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I could do this. Like I could be in the water. I just
Yeah.
need to find a photographer and a videographer. Well,
That
and
could swim, right?
that could swim. Well,
And
and
take pictures at the same time.
listen, in Michigan, that's not really common.
No, not at all.
And I knew that so back then I had done my research and knew I would have to go to Florida.
Okay.
And there was a couple of people the photographers I worked with for this project, I ended up coming across their work
Okay.
and just following them, had them in my back pocket, like, man, I want to work with them one day.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't really have the money for it.
Yeah.
And so the mermaid tails I was swimming and using for the shoots, they're like really expensive.
I was just gonna say, it everything kind of aligns so weird because it was like you dropped the photo shoot, right? You started
Yeah.
showing little things and giving like little clues of what, and then my Netflix comes on. It was like mermaids were surrounding me, and I'm like, this is crazy.
So
Like
I was not expecting that.
the
Actually, one of the mer people on Netflix.
yes, I watched that.
Did you?
Mickey is looking like,
I
oh
have
my
not.
god! Listen,
It's a whole thing.
it's different. It's different, but it was interesting. I'm like, this is real. I really want. Are you about to be? Are you going to turn into a mermaid?
No.
Ashley, when I say it's serious,
it's
watch
really,
that mermaid show on Netflix.
now, what is it called?
It's called Mer People.
Yeah,
And
mer
so
people.
pretty much what it just talks about is like that whole mermaid community. Like the person who made my tails, I think he's on there, and I think one of the photographers I work with, his work is used for that documentary.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh
so
wow.
it's like $1 billion corporate like
Yeah,
industry.
listen, this is
Like
not a
it's super
joke, Ashley.
intense. But I'm not trying to be that intense into
Yeah,
it.
I was
It
gonna
was
say like
like it was solely
when
for
you watch it, when they
the
start
photo
talking, like
shoot.
one of the first things they're saying, I'm like, these people are literally training themselves to be an actual mermaid. Like
Literally.
they'll be underwater doing things. I'm just like, man, like this is
This
crazy.
is
Like
crazy.
they really think they're turning. I'm not gonna say think because
They really
eventually they are mermaids. Okay,
Well, they
they
ain't get their legs stitched together, are they?
they
like they
get
just
the
had the
they get
tails.
yeah
They
they get
literally
the
buy the
tails.
tails and stuff. But it's
Yeah,
like
Oh, so they dress as such.
yeah. I
and they go
wasn't
through life like
they
like
yeah.
they'll
I'm
wear
not trying to
things.
I'm not trying to be
Just a photo shoot.
it was solely because I wanted to do a Disney Princess series.
Okay.
And I went through a long series of I wouldn't necessarily say trial and error, but I was trying to work with different people to get it going. And I had a couple of people downplay it, like, well, why would you want to do that?
Yeah,
And stuff like that. So, but it was one of those things like the Lord just kept putting on my heart, like,
that you have to do it.
still do this, like, still do this project and stuff. And so, I was gonna start doing the project, like release it first in January, but I completely forgot because I worked on
The
the
okay,
other
yeah.
event. And so after the event, I finally had some downtime to clear my head, and I was like, man, the Little Mermaid is about to come. You know,
Yeah,
like this
you
photo
gotta.
shoot is about to come. Like I know, well, the movie is about to come out, and I know I have been wanting to
To do
do
it.
this
Okay.
photo shoot. Like, and so I released. I don't know if you saw. It was like the blue dress, that photo shoot.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, I
launched
see
that.
all of them. I see all of them.
So I launched. I did that one, and
Because that was the Cinderella, right?
that was something Cinderella.
It
It was more so
that
like
was
the introduction.
okay.
Of the
I
whole
thought that.
project.
Listen, I was like,
But
okay,
everybody
this
kept
is
thinking,
giving Brandy
yeah.
Cinderella. Like it was for sure. I was like, okay.
And I've been holding on to that photo shoot since 2021.
Oh
Oh
wow.
goodness.
So I was just
Girl, you better. I would have been showing that off a
I
long
had this tendency where I would just sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
See,
so,
no, not me. As soon as I'm dropping it. Like
for real.
don't even waste my time. I gotta let y'all know what I am doing.
no, I will sit on it just until the Lord just gives me that go.
Yeah.
Go
No,
for
well,
it.
shoot.
And
That
so, after I did that, and I was just like, God, like, I'm really trying to. This movie is coming out, and I haven't done this photo shoot yet.
Mhm.
I still don't know how to get in contact with one of the photographers, and I done. So during COVID, I ended up joining this mermaid group.
Aww.
It's not extreme, okay?
It's so extreme, but I ended up joining this mermaid group, and the photographer. The photographer I did the underwater shoot. He posted that he was going to be shooting in Florida the first week of May,
Mhm.
and so I was like, okay, bet, say less. So I had ordered my tail. With the company, and I was kind of concerned, like, man, they said it's gonna be 4 weeks out before I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, Lord, like by the time I get it, I ain't gonna be
Photo
able to
shoot
go.
over here.
Photo shoot over. But it came, so Mermaid Tail came in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And so I already had ordered, so the material I made my top with,
Okay.
I already had that since December.
Oh wow.
I just needed to make the top.
So you handmade that top?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow. What? Oh my god. This took so much time and effort. Like,
Yeah.
how long did it take you to make that top?
Honestly, it only took like maybe 3 hours.
Maybe 3 hours. Like, what? Okay.
Like I had I don't know. I just was able to figure out like how I needed to do it. So.
No, it turned out good. See, mine, it would have had a whole bunch of just, you'd have been like, that's not photo shoot ready at all.
I
Like,
was honestly concerned because that was my first time ever making like a
something
mermaid
like
top.
that.
Because I reached out to someone else for them to make it for me.
Mhm.
They never followed through. So I'm just like, man, I'm tired of people like dropping the ball on me.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, like, Lord, help me to figure this out. Cause
Mhm. And then you just did it. Okay.
And I just did, and it came together. I ended up doing my hair.
Mhm. You did your own hair for that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that
I ain't
takes
about to pay for
listen,
nobody
girl,
either.
listen, I was like that because no way I gotta.
Listen, I like was able to find the hair I wanted
Mhm.
because the original idea I had, like, she was always gonna have red hair, and I always visualized her with goddess locks,
Okay.
boho locks type
Yeah.
thing. So that was another reason why all the more when I saw like they were gonna give her locks and stuff, I was like, man, Lord, like
This
come
is
on,
yeah,
like,
this is it. You gotta do it.
Like I got to.
So when okay, so you were actually under, where did you shoot that?
Okay, so I ended up driving to Florida to do the shoot.
Oh my goodness.
It was just cheap. It was just all around
everything.
It
It's
was
so
just-
much time.
like it was just all around cheaper.
You're stressing me out.
Like, it was all around cheaper. So I drove to Tallahassee. The underwater shoot was done at High Springs, Florida.
Okay.
It's 2 hours away from Tallahassee.
Okay.
And then the photo shoot where I did the on the beach,
Mhm.
on the beach look, that was done at Clearwater Beach.
Okay.
So
I
that
know.
was like 6 hours away.
That
Oh.
was beautiful too.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. No, it really
Yep.
was. So how did you feel when those kids like start? I know inside, because I mean that moment right there
Man.
probably made it seem like so real. Because I know,
It
like I said,
did.
that's the video that I showed my little niece and my cousins. They were like, "Oh, you really know?"
No
I'm
way.
like, "Yeah, I know a mermaid." I mean, listen, the best TT around.
Listen,
I
a
know
lot of
mermaids
TTs
and
A
everything.
lot of
Like,
TTs got real MVPs this
yes,
year.
listen. But how was that for you? I know because it had to be a feeling once those kids are screaming.
For me, it was a lot of encouragement because, I was just like, man, I'm up here doing. Some people it look like I'm just playing dress up. Like,
yeah. But I mean, it had a reason behind it.
It has
a
reason behind it, but like sometime on the outside looking in, people don't know the method to the madness and stuff. They have a lot to say.
Oh yeah,
and so it was one of those things. Like I was a bit discouraged, even though I already drove down. I could already hear the chatter. People like saying like, why are you going all the way there? Like you will see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Just wait.
I'm putting something together.
Right.
Like let me work.
Like people were stressed out. People were concerned, but I had peace. So I was like, man, I'm gonna still do it. And so just to see, like we barely in both photo shoot sessions, like we could barely get started because it would just be so many kids.
Really?
Like, yeah,
oh
like,
wow.
Ariel.
Oh my goodness.
Aww, that's
and so for me, it was just a lot of encouragement. Like, okay, I need to just keep going with this.
Yeah.
And just follow through with this idea. I mean,
that's
since I already drove.
I figured it was something like that. It was going to turn you into a mer person or something. I thought for sure after this, she had a calling. I just knew you were going to tell us like you were going to be on the next Netflix series of mer people or something. Or
what was crazy is that, like during this, so while I was at both locations, like people, like kids, people, like there was a lady, she was doing her wedding pictures and she stopped her wedding pictures just to take pictures.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I know it
dope,
gives you a great feeling.
But there was also it was called a mermaid meetup.
And here you are doing so what happened when
So it was called a mermaid meetup. So some of the people where we did the underwater shoot, they thought I was a part of that. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Like I'm just here to do pictures. Like I'm not trying to do a mermaid meetup. But the following day, like when we were doing like some of the swimming, like some of the swimming shots, they were having their mermaid event. And so
it was just a whole bunch of mermaids. Just go. Oh my!
It was people dressed up. They were having this convention where they were talking about like the makeup.
Yeah.
What type of
listen?
What type of tails? How to do your hair? Like it was a whole.
It's a whole thing.
It's like a whole thing.
Watch
going
that
on.
show and it'll tell you, like for sure.
And so people had like mermaid names and all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm just here to do this.
I'm Charlie.
Charlie, nice to meet you. Like I had a couple of people offer me positions to do.
That's what I was gonna say. So like, what do they want you to do?
So I guess there's a mermaid aquarium. So there's a
real big, you have to learn how to breathe.
So it's a big thing in Florida. So the whole mermaid aquarium and all that stuff, it's a big thing in Florida.
All right.
There, I guess in the Detroit area, a person was starting one. And so they asked me when they found out I was in Michigan, like, would you be interested? And I'm like, well, I'm doing a photo shoot. I mean, I can swim, but I can swim. Like I could do this, but I will look into it.
Yeah.
So that was just my response.
So you left it open.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shoot.
But to do that every day, I don't.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what they want, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, because I'm not. I'm just trying to find the words. I'm not trying to be that intensely involved.
Yeah.
Only because I have a whole bunch of other stuff
going on. Yeah, that it would take a lot of time.
My thing would just be if I were to just make sure I'm able to do it well and just get in, get out.
I understand. So from this shoot, is that what inspired you to do with the
No. So I knew the Little Mermaid was coming out.
Okay.
And so I like the moment I saw it, like I already knew it was going to be a big deal for kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, like after I saw the reactions of kids when they were dressing up and stuff, so I was like, oh, they already going to show out like the same way they were for Black Panther. I already knew like little kids were going to be dressed up in their mermaid outfits and stuff. And so, just me being a swimmer and stuff like that, like, man, why don't I just make this
No,
into a thing?
yeah,
Like,
no, that was
really.
great. So, well, I guess we should tell you guys what it was. So basically, she did like because we're just talking about it.
Right.
But so I guess I should let you tell them what it
So,
was.
the event was called the Little Mermaid Blue Carpet Event. And so what it was just so we did a private screening. So Mari Copney, aka Little Miss Flint, we partnered together and we just did an event where there was a private screening, and then we also did pictures with Ariel and friends. So the day of, I was dressed up as Ariel.
Of course.
I was dressed up as Ariel, and Mari and her sister were dressed up as the mermaids so the kids can take pictures with us. We had some arts and craft activities for them to do.
Okay.
They were able to get toys. Like toys or
wow.
books.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That was dope.
And then we had a blue carpet walk, so the kids
they got to strut their stuff, huh?
And they really
great.
listen. They really did.
When I saw some pictures, I'm like, these girls went all out. You had some girls with the wigs on and everything. They had the Little Mermaid whole outfits. I said, oh my goodness, with the little heels, they had the little baby doll heels. I said, these little girls went all out for Ariel. Okay,
they really did. And it was so beautiful to see because parents really made it a day for them where they got their hair done, got their makeup done, got their nails done.
Yeah, so it was that was dope. Yeah, that's pretty dope. So how? Because I know you've done a couple things with Mari, Little Miss Flint. I don't call her Little Miss Flint no more because she, she ain't little no more. Right. So Miss Flint, that's what I'm gonna call her, Miss Flint. So how is it working with her? By the way, shout out to her. Okay, shout out to her. I should have had her with me because I know you guys do a lot of things together. Not only did you team up with her on this, you did a photo shoot with her. See, I told you I'm following it. I've been on it. You did a Halloween photo shoot with her. So how is it working with her?
It's cool. So Mari was how we came into a relationship. She was a student of mine, a swim student. So her siblings were in my swim. They were doing private lessons with me.
Okay.
And so, just developing a relationship with her and her family and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was just having a crazy idea. And so I knew like God just I don't know. So I am a big, I guess you could say, big faith person. Like I can't really do nothing unless the Lord really leads me to do it.
Okay.
And so I knew I wanted to start like being intentional about building my portfolio for creative direction and just putting together.
I was wondering what where you were going with all of these. Okay.
Yep,
all right. Now it all makes sense. I should have known
madness.
you had it all.
You're just not out here doing stuff for the sake of giggles.
Okay.
It's really expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
But I knew I wanted to start doing photo shoots and like just being more intentional about building my portfolio. And so I was trying to think of different things, like different people. And even though I had a list of like photo shoot ideas God had given me back in 2017 to do, I was just like, man, I don't know which one to pick from.
Okay.
And so I knew I had wanted to do Cousin It.
Okay.
So I already had this idea for Cousin It because my Cousin It didn't have the dog hair look. Like he had locks.
Right.
He had locks. And so I'm like, man, if I do Cousin It wouldn't make sense to not do the whole family.
Right.
And so I was like, man, Lord, like I don't know who to pick and who's just gonna
say okay. Yeah.
Who's just gonna say okay. And so I reached out to Anthony. Anthony and I were been friends for like since we were kids.
Oh, really? Okay, because I was like, this chemistry, man, is crazy.
Listen, we've been friends like since we were kids, and so I was even nervous because I'm like, I've never asked him to do anything like this.
Yeah,
and so he already knows like what type of person I'm like super particular. I don't like everybody in my space.
Yeah, I get it.
God,
I get it.
Who am I gonna ask? And he was like, ask him. And I'm like, is he gonna be okay with this? And he was all in. So I was like, okay, all right, Lord.
He was perfect. That was a good choice.
Listen,
that was a good choice.
Perfect choice. And so after that, I'm like, okay, God, like who am I gonna have who I'm gonna pick to do the kids. And so, I kept seeing Cubby's face. So that's Mari's brother.
Okay.
And I kept seeing his face to do Pugsley. And I'm like, okay, who am I gonna have to do Be Wednesday?
Of course.
It was
worked.
her.
Yes.
And it was just literally one day watching them go back and forth in class. I mean, in their swim class. It was like, oh,
this is perfect.
This is perfect.
Yeah, they fit the okay.
They fit it. And so it was if anything, it was one of those things like looking for people to create an organic feel. So when you're looking at the pictures, it's just this. We're not faking it. It's like a genuine.
This is me.
This is
Yeah, this is me.
And
no,
so,
it was.
So Gino, like I had known him from working out.
Okay.
And so this was like, I'm like, man, where am I gonna find somebody that tall? That
yes,
big
and he was perfect for it. Actually, he was. He played listen. He was good. Everybody you got was really good for this.
It was all God, like how everything came together, and he was bought in. Like even when I asked him, like, hey, because it was like on a whim, like I don't know if he gonna be a part of this crazy idea,
but I got an idea.
When I showed him, like, hey, are you okay with dressing up like him? Granted, he laughed, but he was
all for it.
Everybody was all in.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Like the day of the shoot, like everything just came together
and it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
So then now working with her then, and then working with her with this event, like was it like same type of thing? Were you just looking for somebody to do something with, or like?
So with this one, with that, that was like more so my project.
Okay.
And so with this event, it was more so like we both had the same desire to do something.
Okay.
For the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Like granted, like they've done private screenings and stuff. And granted, this would be my first, but I still had this idea of doing more. I feel like we both, like her and our family, we just both extra. Like we want to do something more than just
the norm.
Screaming. Yeah. So when I shared with her like what I wanted to do, especially with the blue carpet walk, like pictures and all that, she was like, all right, let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
So yeah, it was just different. It was just a different experience, like just working with her in that aspect. But
okay. So with have you obviously of course about the ratings and everything. Have you heard about how they said well it did amazing in the US, but in other countries how it was
surprised
that they were saying that the movie didn't do as well in those other countries because they had a black Ariel or
of course.
But yeah, of course people would be mad. It was a big thing. I know dang, where
it was in Asia.
It was in Asia that they were saying. It was I saw it on the internet. They were
I did a story about it the other day, but I can't even remember the locations. But it was over
exact locations, but it was in that area.
In that area, but where it was like they didn't go support it. You have your ones who like us and the mass that doesn't.
Right.
Because it was just like the majority didn't go support it over there. I thought that was like to not support something. First off, it was a slap in the face for like it to be an uproar. How they did, even when I don't know if you guys saw the little TikTok of the mom who like was showing her daughter, and the little daughter was like, "Who is that?" Like,
really?
It was a TikTok that kind of went viral.
Okay,
and it was like a lot of people were laughing at it, but it was kind of like
ignorant.
Yeah, it was almost like it. I don't know if I chuckled or I was just like, that wasn't funny. Like it was like, why did you? Yeah, I was just like, actually, that was kind of sick. That your child, and you thought it was okay to record that and put her. I feel like her recording that and doing all of that just made it seem like the child's reaction was okay.
A reflection of her.
No, that is true too. That's true.
Behavior.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I was just like, I don't know. Like a lot of people laughed, but I was just like, I don't think I find this joke that funny. Like,
yeah,
because I feel like in a way she was playing this, and we're laughing at it. Like, ha ha ha. This little girl, she just kind of.
I want to see it.
No, I don't want to see it. But no,
I don't know. Yeah.
It was just crazy. But it was when they were posting the reactions of them dropping the very the trailer for it. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and it was just that she was like, "Who is that?" And I'm like, you knew who it was.
Right.
You've seen the cartoon, the Little Mermaid. You knew who Ariel was. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think they're gonna really look like? Well, I guess I shouldn't say that, but
Yeah.
yeah, what you think they look like for real?
I think more so from what I've like seen of comments, like people were more so bothered because they didn't do her hair the way, like the red hair, like the signature red hair.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I see, but I feel like that when it comes to us, that it's always they're gonna find
already
something.
know they're gonna be really nitpicky.
Yeah, it's gonna be
really
if it's not.
If it's not,
Listen, everything has to be perfect. Okay, like it has to be perfect for somebody not to talk about it. Like, cause her hair was like a orangish.
It was more like a ginger color.
Yeah, like a gingerish kind of color. So I'm like, well, I would have thought if I would from a cartoon to something where it's real actual people, that would be more like normal. Yeah, like I don't think I just see it. I mean, when everybody gets in the water with their hair dyed, what happens? It comes out. So if this person lives under the water, what do you expect some red hair to come out as? Like, come on now, let's be serious.
I know that the stylist for it, she made a video. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I said I wanted to go back and find out the reasoning, like
behind everything. I was just gonna say I know recently they were talking about the price of, I think it was like 150,000 for her hair,
locks, installation, and all that stuff.
I know who she bought those locks from. That's what I want to know, because
they definitely
finessed. I would have grown locks and sold them to her for half. Okay. Okay, I would have took 100K off of it for you, girl. You can right off my head, fresh off my head. Okay, I would have cut them right when you put them on. When you're putting them on her head, you can take them straight off of mine. That's how fresh
I said I
they
wanted
been.
to go back. Like I said, she made a video, and so I did say I wanted to go back and watch and understand
the process
and why they did it a certain way.
Also, they do have reasons why they break it down.
She did. Well, the stylist did, because I think it was on the Shade Room, and she commented like she was doing a live or something. Okay, so I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I said I wanted to just get an understanding.
I'm gonna watch that too, because I need to know 150K.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I feel like she went to she had to take that strand one by one.
I think just me doing hair, I guess my mind was just circling, what did you guys do, or what could you have done?
Well, just not knowing, what do you think could possibly cost that much?
I don't know. But
she sat her in a chair of gold. Had to be. Like, she literally sat on gold to get her hair done.
I got an idea, but it's still not worth all that. I'm thinking that they probably used human hair, made each lock indivially.
Do you think they restitched them to the human's head after?
They probably did, because she already has locks, so they might have added to hers maybe, and found a way to conceal her natural hair color, or maybe changed her hair color. I don't know, but it's still. It's not worth all that.
Yeah,
I wanted to go back and watch.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch too, because I'm clueless to why it costs.
Everybody, my reaction was just like that.
What's that?
Yeah. I thought it was. Well, I felt like I was watching myself.
Yeah, of course you would.
I did. I did. There was, like just knowing the movie and stuff. I've kind of felt like for the scenes where she was dressed out of water, I felt like I don't know. I wanted to know their reasoning for the dresses and stuff they picked. And then, that final look when she's coming out the water, I was really looking for her to just come out like with this bomb dress, and locks laid, like just her looking glam. And, they did the ending a little bit different than the cartoon.
Right.
And so, I just want to know like their reasoning
behind
it and whatnot.
If they have like one of those, how they do on like those reality shows where they break down, this is what was going on here, and this is why They need to do something like that.
I wish they would. I hope they do something like that.
But speak to the creators or things. Yeah.
Now
the thing is, I went to sleep with the kids, so I saw the beginning, a couple pieces of the middle, and then the end. But I have to go back, so I'm going back. It usually takes me 3 or 4 times to actually see a whole movie, and this is just me. I can't. Whenever I go to the movies, it's too cold.
Like no granny,
it's too cold, and if it's too cold, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Summer, winter, I can go during 2:00. I'm going to sleep. If I wrap up too much, I'm too comfortable. So I did that. I took a cover and I got the big chairs. You know what I'm saying? I had my little pop, everything. I was in that movie sleep. I was so mad at myself. Like, this is embarrassing. Everybody walked past me too, and did nobody wake me up? Nobody wanted to wake me up. Woke up the whole thing.
This why you sleeping good.
Yeah, they did. Far too much. So I tried it with the kids, and with the kids, I went to sleep again, just not as long. And they woke me up by the end.
Oh my!
It doesn't matter what time of day. I think movie is nap time. No matter what, I can't watch a movie at home. I go straight to sleep. Look, she pointing at you like, you can't stay up. You up here calling the pot calling the kettle black, man. I can't stay up for nothing. If it's over, you got a good hour and a half.
Really? I think the movie was 2 hours long.
Yeah, and that's why I can't stay up.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought that was like the average.
It is. That's the listen. Any movie that's just an hour and a half. What movie is a good hour and a half movie? I mean,
I feel like they're not no more.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't do a movie that's gonna be good for an hour and a half. Like, last one was probably like Space Jam.
The new Space Jam?
The old Space Jam.
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen the new one.
John Wicks are good.
But I can't stay up through the whole thing.
Really?
What's the other one? The man always loses his daughter.
Oh, Taken? Is that what it is?
Those are some good movies.
Do you stay up with those?
No, I can't stay up. What is it called? Den of Thieves or something with Ice Cube's son?
Those are good movies.
Favorite movies, okay?
You
can't stay up. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even try. Okay, that is my go to sleep movie.
Really?
I can't.
Are you gonna watch the new one?
No. The new. Yes, I want to see the new one. I do want to see the new. I'm gonna try to stay up for that. Now, if I have to go to the movies 2 times in a row, I'm gonna get that whole movie in. I don't know, but
out in the fall, sometime in the fall.
But
that'll be dope.
Which one? Color Purple. Okay, we can do that.
They're recreating it.
I know that. I have to really. It's gonna take me a week.
Top tier class
to watch it.
Cast.
But this new one, I think that one's gonna be real good. I think
it is.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
Listen, I just hope it's not as long to talk about it.
Me?
Reaction. So we just start doing movie reviews.
That would be dope.
Like, well, I only saw the beginning, so there's that. I can tell you about the beginning. Anything that happened in the middle, I don't know. On the new cut. Okay. Mm-hmm.
They just did White Man Can't Jump.
Did you see that?
I haven't seen that one.
I watched.
How'd you feel about it?
3 minutes of it.
I heard good things about it though.
So to me, it was different.
Really?
Yeah, I think I want to watch the original one again, and then watch that one.
Original.
Yeah, I like the original, but it was a little different. So it was just kind of like, it kind of lost my attention in some of the spots. But then it would gain it, like I would get back into it. So it was that kind of thing where it was like, okay, but I mean, yeah.
Really? I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
I saw good reviews on it.
But I would watch it again. So it wasn't like I wouldn't. If I was sitting there, I'm like, oh no, we're gonna watch this again. So it'll be something like that. But yeah, what else have they remade that it was?
Oh no, what's the Sparkle? They destroyed that.
Sparkle?
Oh, really?
Well,
is that the one with Mariah Carey?
This is 90.
That's the one with
91.
Carey?
When was the first Sparkle?
Oh,
Beyonce was in the you were born 90, right?
yeah.
91, 90. Now you talking about some way too. I thought that was the original Sparkle. Shoot.
That's a different.
Oh, different. Yeah. And said you saw that. Yeah, no. I only saw the Sparkle that. Now you make me. No, I ain't gonna watch the first one because that. Yeah, I'm gonna get. See you. No, heck, no. I don't know none of that. That. Which one? 1001. Y'all didn't see that one? The Tiana Taylor. She came down. Oh no. But I did. So it's not as good. It's good, but it's kind of like really messed up. You know? See, I watched that one because it's like.
What is it called?
It's called 1001.
1001. Okay.
Dang, I'm surprised I haven't heard more about that because I like Tiana Taylor.
I know.
I just think with her, it's like she's always served the short end of the stick. It's like because I mean, even I think when she did her album with Kanye, like that had potential to be way bigger than what it was. But the thing is, it was before its time.
Yeah,
it's before its time because
timing's a big thing.
People, even when Drake's when he dropped his little house album with the house music, I think people were just starting to get into it. Because then when Beyonce dropped hers, she still had that same type of reaction as everybody. But Tiana Taylor, when she dropped that with Kanye, that was years before they dropped that. So like if she would have re-dropped it now,
it would have probably done
way better. No, it was definitely the time. But she's always been before her time. Because if you think about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, 5 minutes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That first 5 minutes went so crazy. Like, yeah, it was. Yeah. No, it was crazy. The first 5 minutes when it first.
But she was known as a sneakerhead.
But that's what I was gonna say. To me, she was always ahead of her time because if you watch, did you watch her My Super Sweet 16?
Yeah.
When she was on there, it was like the birthday party that she came up with was so crazy. Like it was like after that, everybody had to pick up their like something. Yeah, you had to step it up. So it was just like, but with her, I just feel like she's always so much ahead of her time that like
she's not appreciated
as much. Yeah. Because now her album, that album where it could have done way better, because it took people a while to appreciate the Renaissance album.
Yeah.
How many rap labels have you seen where R&B, a female singer, really make it? Look with 50 Cent when he had Olivia.
Yeah.
You ain't really seen too many, even with NWE, Far from Miss LA. You don't really see too many rap labels that can push R&B singers.
Yeah, that's true. But see, I think that's what I'm saying when I say she was ahead of her time, because I mean, when you look at her, her style, the different things that she's doing with her daughter, how she has Iman, just different things, how she maneuvers with them and works with other people. It's still like, I'm so ahead of this and I can put you on game like that. I don't know. I still feel like she's just too fast for us. Like, yeah, she just did her court. Yeah, she did do that, and she's working with somebody else that's like on the come up, and it's just like, shoot, yeah. Kalani.
Okay.
Kalani. She did. That's who I'm talking about. Where I'm just like, shoot, you finna put this girl on. I'll be putting myself on, but you too fast for us.
I think she probably
like
her gift is behind
her creative eye is amazing. No,
like
because
she's
the
really
thing
good
is,
with creative direction.
yeah, it's direction. It's because like what is I mean, her music was good, but the thing is like what you're looking for when you see her videos is you're looking at her body, her outfits, and her dance moves. Like to me, she could have been up there if she. It's the timing.
Yeah, and then I believe if she get with a I hate to say it, but she gonna probably have to get with an R&B label who that's what they deal in, pushing R&B.
Yeah,
Not saying she can't go there once she get there. I just think if she get to an R&B label that can push her, that specialize in that, and get her to that genre.
She's kind of like who I have right here, just ahead of everything, just dropping these crazy things. Cause like I haven't around here, I haven't seen people doing the photo, like doing different things. Like your creative, yeah, your creative, like eye or however you, whatever it is crazy to me. Cause like I said, I've been watching you for a while. Like when you dropped the Halloween, um, that was the Adams family, and then you started doing the
I did Brandy last
Brandy.
year.
Yeah, oh yeah, with The Boy Is Mine. Listen, now that was crazy. I was like, oh shoot, okay, she did Brandy. Yeah, that was dope because she's see you Mickey, you sleep. She did the whole Brandy shoot and like different scenes from The Boy Is Mine. That was pretty dope. I was like, okay. Then we had the Disney princesses. Yeah. So what's next?
I'm still deciding.
You're still deciding. Listen,
I'm still deciding.
You're still say so. We gotta follow you.
Yeah.
Do you have an Instagram? Do you use
I do.
What outlet do you use the most that you should have people follow you on?
I feel like my Facebook one.
Facebook. So tell us again your name on Facebook.
It's Charlie B. Dobson.
Make sure you follow her to get all the information on the next events. Oh wait, we didn't talk about. We got to bring you back. We got to bring her back. That's all that means is we're gonna have to bring her back because she has so much up her sleeve that it can't fit into one show. We have to bring her. We got to figure out when the next event is so we can start talking about her events because we didn't even get into that part. Listen, I only gave you guys a little piece of what she does. This was a soft introduction. Like this girl has so much. I told you the Tiana Taylor of. Listen, this is it. This is it. Listen, she is.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you can't tell me different. It's you do the photo shoot, you swim, you run track. Like, come on now, you event plan, jack of all trades. What do you mean? This is crazy. But no, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this
thank you for
wonderful Wednesday. I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I have to have you back so you can tell people about your events that you do because I really think that is something important for people to come out to, especially when you have it open to the public.
Yeah,
so again,
thank you.
So again, thank you. And thank you to you guys. Thank you to A Rich. Tune in next time.